So, I mean, traditional press is still great if you can, if you can get it. But the way the old way works is that you hire a publicist, which costs money, and you do all these things, and even if, people may tell you not, there's like bribing and all this kind of, friends of friends stuff that goes on to get. Like, I'll tell you, I won't say which one, but I got some pretty good, like, big press, and a lot of the stuff, the thing that counted was just hanging out with the people, meeting them at a bar and talking to them, and doing stuff, like, so it's not really like you do something interesting or, what you think is good, and some reporter contacts you and will do a story about you. There's a little more that goes on, which I'm not really okay with because it's not fair, right? Because you don't live in San Francisco next to the editor or someone else, but I do, so. So it's great if you can get this, but it's not required in the new world. And if you know, like, magazines, newspapers, television is becoming less and less relevant. And everything's going online, and, I can advertise online, so can you. But I can't advertise in some newspaper in Brazil. So, film festivals, because that's still a thing, right? A lot of filmmakers think about film festivals, and film festivals still can be useful. Usually it's like, you make a film, put it in the film festival, and if that doesn't happen, you can't do anything, right? So I say use them. So don't spend all your money, trying to send it to all these festivals, trying to make friends with all these like festival people, like it doesn't matter. Send it to some of the big ones. If you get in, use them for the press. Because from my experience, that's the best thing I got out of the big film festivals that it was in. So, use them for the press and then go online, use that press to grab people and take them online. Because before the old way, in the old system, the distributor was your gateway to your audience. You had to go to them to get you an audience, to put you on TV, to put you in the newspaper, whatever. But now with stuff like YouTube and all the social networking, you have direct access to your audience. You can build and own your own audience. So you don't need them for that. Yeah, and if you don't get in, because I know this happens a lot, right? If you enter a big film fest or whatever, and if you don't get in, you kind of feel like you or your film is worthless. Like you look to them to validate it. But if you go online, you can find an ABC news story I was in called Sundance Sucks. So I pretty much went there and went like, this is crap. So, because it was. So if you don't get into these big things, don't feel bad. It just means that, they didn't think, these people didn't think you were hip or whatever, I don't know. I just threatened their lives with my cult. That's how I got them. Yeah. Oh, these are the people that walked out.
It didn't say anything to me. It said, important graphics, atonal music. I just had better things to do.
Don't doesn't appeal to me.
Okay. Could you be more specific?
No, there's no point to any of it.
Whatever, it's like, shut up. There's nothing to it. The whole movie was like subtext. Like, there was barely any dialogue at all.
It was all told, the whole story was told with the imagery. That was,
There's no point to any of it.
like, I guess that turned off some people because
you have to say they don't like thinking. Just
yeah,
have
so
like,
I just want to watch a movie where everything's explained to me.
I'd rather go watch tennis.
the gamers were like, holy crap, is that what I think it is? And then like, the ski people were like,
It's artistic, but, and...
Well, I don't know. I suppose if you spent your whole life playing video games, maybe it would have a different meaning for you, but...
Okay. You're not an avid video game?
No.
So, as you can see, the propaganda we created, but through this you see the disconnect. So if I was going to go the traditional route, these are the people that I would have to appeal to. So I'm either going to have to change everything that I do, which will take away my individuality and like make me no different from any other film, so therefore, I mean, why am I making films? But as I saw this online audience that was into it, accepted it, so, I saw the two paths, and I chose the online audience because I think it's more important to have a good relationship with Google today than it is with Warner Brothers or whoever else. So, So you may be saying, yeah, that's great, but how do I do that? Because I don't want to go on the webcam and dance or whatever. So, like I said, the big system works, and it's been working for a long time. So study their markets, marketing, advertising, branding, all the stuff that I never thought I would get into, like branding. I'm a weirdo animator, like branding, but it's good to know because that's what they do. But the big system does it with lies. So I use this stuff and use it with the truth. So, and you need to know your audience. Because the reason the big systems spend so much money on their P&A is that they don't know the audience. They don't want to know the audience. They just throw a bunch of money out there and then, hope people come in. So you have to do a little bit of research, but that research is easy to do. If you're on YouTube, you see someone that comments on your video, go look at the videos they make. Go look at what they watch. And even YouTube has a system now where it shows you the videos that other people are watching and rating and what they're rating. So you can have your own little focus group going on and seeing, who these people are. So don't stalk them though. Just, observe from afar.
This Christmas.
So this is a commercial I did on YouTube with some of my DVD, so
make their heads explode.
it gets kind of weird because you have to do your own commercials, but
they'll never forget.
I don't have to pay myself, so it's really
cheap this Christmas because it was the weirdest, most like what the thing they've ever seen. The We Are the Strange 2 DVD set for only $19.99. The perfect gift for friends, loved ones, or mortal enemies. Just go to wearethestrange.com or a store near you and stay strange.
So that didn't cost anything. And another thing about selling. So I think this new generation, new audience, they're so used to people flipping on them and turning to a phony, just to sell stuff to them. So I have this thing called the salesman smile. So I pretty much let them know I'm selling to you right now. I don't try to pretend like I'm a real person. It'd be great if you bought my DVD. Because they're smart, and you can't think you're smarter than them and try to fool them because you're not. Then they're just going to go on their message board and go, "You that guy sucks," So you kind of have to be, honest, and I find it makes stuff easier. And when I've seen a lot of filmmakers and people push too hard, and like I said, there's some trust involved and faith, and you kind of just have to, give them some space and do your best in hopes that they will, buy your stuff. So, like I said before, I think one new audience member is worth more than $1. Because there's a lot of filmmakers that are like, I don't want to give my film away for free, I'm going to sell it. Now think about it, you could sell it and, sell 50 or something. Would you rather have $200 and no audience for the future? Or maybe not make that $200 now, but gain 500 audience members, which will multiply and actually, you can sell stuff to later. So it's kind of a different philosophy, but I'm in it for the long run, like if you ever heard the term long tail, it's kind of part of that whole process. So, like I said, it's this amorphous mass, and what I do is that I please them no matter what. So that's kind of my base. And it's kind of like, I think that's what film and everything was supposed to be, is that you're there for your audience. You're there to do things for them. You're serving them. You're not serving some people in a boardroom. Because that's what happened in the other system. They don't even think about the audience, they think about their boss.